Good morning, Stampers. My name is Tracy Frith, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sherwood Park, Alberta. And this morning, I'm going to try and get creative with just some designer paper and some cardstock and ink. So pretty simple today. I didn't really plan this one too much ahead because I wanted to kind of have you watch sort of the process of how the creativity works in my brain sometimes. So I did get go onto Pinterest and get some ideas. So what I'm going to try and do for you today is really simple card, and I'm going to create actually two cards with this. So what I've got, and this is going to be, it's called an angled card. So I've got a piece of cardstock, a white cardstock I was using, so 8.5 by 11. And I've got a piece of designer paper, and this is, I can't remember which one this is called, Expressions in Ink. Expressions in Ink. And this is one, this will be going away unfortunately in a few days here, and I'm very sad. This is such beautiful paper. I just love this one, and I've actually hoarded it and not used it very much, so I thought I would play with it today a little bit. So it's got most of the pieces have like flowers or something with some gold accents on one side, and then some sort of alcohol ink looking on the other side. Some of them have the gold accents with the alcohol ink side, and some of them have that on the flower side. So, but it's just gorgeous. So yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use a couple of stamp sets. So I pulled out the Artistically inked. So I'm going to use the greetings from this one, and then I'm going to use maybe the little splatter from the color and contour set. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So I'm going to bring in my paper cutter, and I will give you, when I find it again, actually I can probably look right now. So the inspiration for my card came from Simply Simple Stamping, is the stamping group that did this one. So if you wanted to look at their video as well, you can do that. And I'll try and remember to put that in my explanation when I get it done. All right, so what we're going to do, need to decide which way we want to go. I think we're going to try it this way. We'll see what happens. We'll go this way and see what happens. So I'm going to start with scoring. So not something I would normally do. So I'm going to score at 4 1/4. Nope, I'm going to score at 5 1/2. I'm going to be different. A little bit of a bump in my table here, so let's try and get it straight. Okay, so I'm going to score it first at 5 1/2. So make sure I have my scoring blade out. That is not what I want to do. Why does that look so awkward? Okay, I know why. Because I'm supposed to go this direction and score at 5 1/2. Okay, 5 1/2. So basically you want your score line to go down the center of your page, either this direction, or you could do it the other direction as well. So it's up to you. So if it looks like it's not going down the middle, you're not in the right place. All right, so I've scored it at 5 1/2. Now I'm going to turn the cardstock. Yeah, this looks better. And I'm going to cut it at 4 1/4. So your choices here are to score at 5 1/2 and cut at 4 1/4, or you can do it the other way around. You can cut at 4 1/4 and score, no, cut at 5 1/2 and score at 4 1/4. I know I'm being a little bit confusing with this. But now you'll see I have two bases. So if I did it the other way, I would have scored it down the middle this way and then cut it this way. All right, and that would have given me like a standard card base, which I don't have one hand. No, yes I do. This one's a little bit smaller, but it would have given you a card that opened this direction. Okay. All right, so I have my two card bases. I'm just going to put those aside for a second. So now I have a piece of my designer paper, and this one is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. Excuse me. So this one, I'm going to now cut this, and I don't want to cut it. I want to cut it diagonally, but I don't want to cut it down the center diagonal. Okay, so I'm going to line it up. So if this is my diagonal here, my cut line would go down the middle. I'm just going to offset that a little bit. So maybe about 1 inch or so. So it'll be from, I don't know if you can see this, from this bottom corner here. Oops. From this bottom corner here, there's about a little less than 1 inch, or around 1 inch is what you want to do there. And same thing here, around 1 inch on this edge. And it doesn't matter if it's not 1 inch. It doesn't matter at all. Okay, so I'm going to slice that. So now I have two pieces of DSP. All right, I think for right now I can put my, actually I think I can put this away completely now. All right, so there's that. Now my last piece that I have is a piece of coordinating cardstock, and this is 1/4 of an inch by 11 inches. All right, and I will bring that in a little bit later. Okay, so I'm going to take one of my bases here. Actually, I'm going to do both. I'm going to fold it. Hope everybody's having a good morning. I was a little surprised when I woke up this morning and saw that it was snowing. I got back in town. I was away in Winnipeg. I coached competitive gymnastics, and I had a girl competing at Western Canadian Championships last weekend. And we arrived back home on Monday, and it was pretty nice here Monday, and not too bad yesterday either. A bit rainy, but I was inside most of the time during the rain, so that was okay. But in Winnipeg, oh my goodness, it was awful weather in Winnipeg. We had cold, we had rain, like a pouring rain. We had snow. One day we had rain and snow, almost at the same time. We had super strong winds that were like, we were on foot walking most of the time because we didn't have transportation. So we had wind that blew you almost, well, it was blowing you pretty much off your path, like sideways. There was a thunderstorm one night. So yeah, just really, really crazy weather. So it was nice to come home to have at least a couple days of nicer weather. All right, now back to the card. So with my two pieces of designer paper now, I'm going to just figure out where I want to put them on my base. So I can do these so they open this direction, or I can do it so they open this direction. So I might do one of each. We'll see. Yeah, I think I like it there. So I'm going to put one piece there on one card. And then for the other one, I thought I would try and flip it over and see what I got. I want it that way. Yeah, let's give that one. I like that. So you can kind of put these wherever you want. It could go here. It could go here. You can go this way if you wanted to do something different. I'm going to go here. So you just play around with where you want to place them. And then you can glue those down. Let's see if my glue works. I haven't used it in a bit here. But yeah, my my athlete did really well at her competition. So she qualified for the Alberta team to go to Western Canadian. So that was a meet a couple of weeks ago. And so she competed with the team in Winnipeg, and the team won team gold. So that was very exciting. And then individually, she won gold on beam, bronze on bars, I believe, and a bronze in the all-around. So she had a really good meet. All right, where did I decide I was putting this? Right here, I think. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to put that onto my card base. And it's going to go kind of edge to edge here. Pretty much. I've got it just slightly not quite as wide as the card base for some reason. So I'm going to make sure I leave try and leave a little bit of a border on all the sides just to make it look right here. Okay, so I'm going to do that with both cards. So this kind of an idea is really, it's really good for making a few cards at a time. And you could do a bunch of different things with your little accent square here, your designer paper piece. You could make the same card using 3 or 4 different patterns of designer paper. You could do it even if you wanted to. I was thinking about using a piece of just cardstock that I had run through the Stampin' Emboss machine and give it some texture with an embossing folder. And doing the same thing with that. Do I have this? Yeah, okay, make sure I'm going the right direction here. All right, so I've got my 2 pieces here. Now I'm going to bring in my little strip. And then for this, I'm just going to run this piece up against my designer paper. Okay. So when she did hers, she ran the glue. She just put a little bead. Be a little bit careful here because it's not, I don't want to get it all over my designer paper, and it's not a very wide piece of cardstock, so I don't want my glue to go all over the place either. All right, and then I'm going to take my little strip, and I'm going to make sure, you have to make sure that it hangs over the edge a little bit, because I want it to be flush with the edge of my card. All right, so just glue that down. I'll let it set for a second here. And then you're just going to take your trimmers and just trim off the extra bit here. On both sides. That little tiny piece can just go in the garbage. I don't need it anymore. And this piece, I'm going to do the same thing on the other piece of cardstock, or on the other card. All right. So again, I'll just let it hang over the edge a little bit. So this little piece, again, it was 1/4 inch wide and 11 inches long. So you just cut 1/4 inch off of a piece of cardstock. All right. So you could even do something like this ahead of time and have a bunch of cards made, and then just add you whatever greeting you wanted to add onto them. All right, so we end up with just two little tiny scraps of my accent, which I'm just going to throw out because we don't need those ones. They're pretty small. Okay, so I think I'm going to do this one going this direction, and I'll keep that one that way. I think I did that backwards to what I was thinking, but that's okay. They're going to be like that. Okay, so now how do I want to decorate them? Okay, I might try oh, hi Carol. I'm glad you're here because I really felt like I was talking to myself this morning. You know what? I don't want to do that. I'm going to do, this one's going to be a thank you. So I'm just using, for this I'm just using the Memento. You could probably use Evening Evergreen too. I just thought I would keep it simple. I'm just going to use my black, Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Stamp my thanks. And then I'm going to come in. Oh no. Darn phones at work. They make you actually stay busy, hey Carol? I'm actually lucky. Where I work, I don't get a lot of phone calls because I'm in the gym for most of the time that I'm there. I think we'll just add a little bit of splatter up here. And a little bit of splatter over here. And I think I'm going to stop there with that one. Okay, for now. I might add some bling in a minute. I'm going to put that one aside for a second. And then my other one, I thought when I was thinking about, when I turned my DSP over when I was thinking about this. Oh, hello, Mom. Everybody's jumping on now. They always interrupt you, right? Trying to have some fun at your work and people think you should actually work. All right. So anyways, when I was looking at this designer paper, oh, hi, Christine. I thought that this would make a good masculine card with the greens. You know what? Let's change it up and use the Evening Evergreen here since I've got a lot of green on this card anyways. So instead of black, I'm just going to use the Evergreen. So I'm using the Happy Birthday, and this is again from the Artistically inked, both of these greetings. And this one can go down a little bit lower here. Oh, I almost got that straight too. That's a bonus. Okay, and then what else should I do on this one? We'll go with splatters again. I'll go with Pear Pizzaz for splatters here. I better clean off the Pale Papaya. So my other one I did Pale Papaya splatters. I don't think I mentioned that, the color. So I'm going to go with Pear Pizzaz is another color in this paper. My original plan was I was going to use the little flowers from the Artistically ink set, but they looked so pale in the Pale Papaya I could hardly see them. I didn't really like the look, so I thought I would do something a little bit different here. And go splatters. I'm going to go right. Do I want to go over top? Nah. That almost looks like it needs one more splatter. I will go right over top with this one. See what happens. We're being creative this morning. No plan. Yeah, I don't mind that. Okay. All right, so that's that. Now, somewhere I got out my In Color jewel. So this is the 2021-2023 In Color jewels. thought I would just add a little bit of bling if I can find how to open the package. Oh, it's already open. Yay. Okay, I'll grab my Take Your Pick tool. So this one I think I'm going to stick with the green. Let's do one in here. I'm just going to kind of randomly put a couple up there. What do we think? Not too bad. And then this one. Let's go Pale Papaya. I don't think it's going to need any on the designer paper. Get that one up. Let's try the other end. There we go. There. All right, and that is it. Done. So if you wanted to decorate the inside, you could put a few splatters in there as well. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do it on the green one since that's the color ink that's on my stamp already. There. So really quick and easy to make. So I've got this one, and this one I did the inside. This one I left it, but could put the splatters on the inside here as well. Really simple. And like I said, it would be really easy to make up a whole bunch of these and just add on your greetings later to whatever you wanted to do. And they make a pretty, I actually quite like those. I wasn't sure about this using this one, but I like it. All right. So thank you so much for joining me. Oh, but before I go, I won't forget this time. To do my draw from last week. So last week I did these two cards using the, I think it was Good Feelings, one of the new stamp sets coming out. So I'm going to give one of those away. And my winner from last week is Barb. So Barb, I'll get that out to you. I think I have your address. I'll double check. If I don't, I'll send you a message and get it from you. And the way that you can win is by interacting with my videos. So if you comment on my video, either during the live or on the replay, or if you share it, then I will enter you into a draw to win the card from this week. So somebody from next week will win one of these cards, and Barb gets one of these ones. So yeah, so I will say goodbye to everybody. I'm looking forward in a couple of days for the new catalog to go live. If you didn't have a chance to catch it yesterday, I did an unboxing video of my supplies that I got while I was away. So I just got a few sample things from the new catalog, but it goes live on May 3rd. If there's anything that you didn't get from the old one that you're still looking at, you can get those until May the 2nd. I think at about 11:50 Mountain Time is the deadline for online orders from the old catalog on May the 2nd. So yeah, so if you want to jump on to my webpage, tracyfrith.stampinup.net, you can use the host code here. I'll have to make sure, actually, that one might be expiring. If it is, I will put a new one up. I'll double check that. I'll put it up with the video when I put the description and all the instructions in later today. All right. So hopefully everybody has a great rest of your week. Hopefully the snow will go away soon and we'll get some sunshine again. And Thanks again, everyone, for watching me. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join me on Wednesday mornings. All right, have a great week.